Hello again and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is for a little bit of a different star blanket. It's based on the original star blanket that I've made a tutorial for before, but this time I've just added the bobbles along each of the points of the star that gives it a little bit of a different look. I'm using double knit yarn with a 5mm hook, and this particular one I've done using two colours, but the ones that I'm going to do the tutorial with, I'll just use the one colour. As always, I'm going to start with a chain, and the chain needs to be of 4. So we've got yarn over through the loop 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we're going to join into a circle with a slip stitch into that first chain. Oops. There we go. So just pick up the loop, pull it through, and we've formed the circle that we're going to work into. So into the circle we're going to make 12 double crochets. The first stitch of each row will be the 3 chain, and that will count as the first stitch. So we've got 1, 2, 3, then yarn over into the circle, pick up a loop, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, again yarn over into the circle. I'm also picking up the tail of the yarn as well here, so that we've got less to work in afterwards. So pick up the loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. We've now got the start of our stitches. So we carry on exactly the same way until we've got the 12 stitches in that ring. And then just count up the stitches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Once we've got the 12 stitches, I'm going to just join into the third chain of those 3 chains that we did for the first stitch with a slip stitch, and that's formed the first circle. We're now going to work 3 chain. Again, that's the first stitch of round 2, and I'm going to work into the same stitch and work a double. We're now going to work 2 doubles into each stitch all the way around. Just zoom out slightly, just so that it's a little bit easier to see. So we're working 2 doubles into each stitch all the way around, and we'll have 24 stitches at the end of this row. As I said before, I'm working this particular shawl or blanket with double knit, but you could quite easily do the same blanket using 4-ply yarn. If you wanted to use a thinner hook, you can use an Aran yarn, just as long as you're using the hook that's suitable for the yarn that you want to make it in. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 and 24. Again, at the end of the row, we're just going to slip stitch into that third chain to finish off the row. We're now going to form the next row. It forms the 12 points of the star. So into the stitch that we've just slip stitched into, which is the first stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. So into the loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, pull through, yarn over and through 2, and that's the first single formed. Work 5 chain, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the third stitch, which is this one here, we're going to do a single. Chain 5, again skip 2 stitches and a single into the third. We're going to do that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2, work a single. 3, 4, 5. Skip 2, work a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2, work a single. And you can pause the video at any time until you've caught up, and I'll meet you at the end of the row where we're going to slip stitch into the starting single crochet. So we've now come round to the single that we started on this row, and we should have 8 chain loops going around that will form the 8 points of the star. So just slip stitch into that first stitch, and there's that row complete. We're now going to start on the popcorns that are going to form the points of each star. So we're going to slip stitch into the chain, into that first 5 chain. We're going to chain 3, and that's going to count as the first stitch. We now do a 4 double crochet popcorn. If you've not done this stitch before, I'll do it quite slow, the first one, just to explain how it's worked. So to do the 4 double crochet popcorn, we're going to work 4 doubles all into this same 5 chain loop. We've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just pull the loop slightly, because we're now going to go into the first of those 4. If you can see there at the top, I've put the hook through the 2 loops at the top of the stitch. We're going to catch the loop of the 4th double, and we're going to pull it through and pull tight, and that's created the first popcorn. We're now going to work 4 chain, and we're going to work another 4 double popcorn into this same 5 chain loop. So again, we're going to work 4 doubles. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again, pull the loop slightly. We're going to take out the hook, pop it into the first of those 4 stitches, pick up the loop of the 4th stitch and pull it through, and then work a chain to fasten off the popcorn. So we've now got the 3 chain to start the row, which counts as the first double. We've got a popcorn, we've got the 4 chain, we've got a popcorn. We're now going to work a final double into that same 5 chain loop, and that starts the first of the 8 points of the star. We now go straight into this second 5 chain loop. We're going to ignore the single that we'd got there and work straight into this 5 chain loop. So again, we're going to work 1 double. So we've got a double on either side of these popcorns, and then we're going to work a 4 double popcorn. So remember, you've already got 1 double, so you need another 4 doubles. There we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take out the hook, ignore the first double there, go into the first of the 4 doubles that we've made for the popcorn, pick up the loop and pull it through. We're going to work 4 chain, and then we're going to work a second double crochet popcorn into this same 5 chain loop here. Got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take the hook out of the 4th loop, pop it into the top of the 1st loop, pick up that loop and pull it through, pull tight, and to finish off the popcorn we're going to work a chain 1 into the same 5 chain loop here. We're going to do a final double. So we're going to carry on all the way around the row, working a double, a 4 double popcorn, 4 chain, a 4 double popcorn and a double. Then we go straight into the next 5 chain loop and we do exactly the same. I'll work 1 more and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. So we've got 1 double, and then we need to do a 4 double popcorn, so we need to work 4 doubles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take the hook out, we leave the first double here, we go into the second one, which is the first of our 4 doubles for the popcorn, pick up the loop, pull it through, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, work a second 4 double popcorn, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take out the hook, pop it through the first of the 4 doubles, pick up the loop, pull it through, chain 1 to fasten off the popcorn, and then we're going to work the last double into that 5 chain. We're going to do exactly the same in each chain all the way around. 1 double, 1 popcorn, 4 chain, 1 popcorn, remembering to finish off the second popcorn with a chain and a double, and then we go on to the next 5 chain loop. I've now got round to where we started. I need to do that final double after the 2 popcorns in that last 5 chain space, and we're then going to slip stitch into the top chain of the 3 chains that we started the row with a slip stitch. So just check on this row that you've remembered to do the double at either side of the 2 doubles with the 4 chains in between. So we should have a double at the beginning into the 5 chain loop, and we should also have a double at the end of each of the 5 chain loops. We're now going to slip stitch into the first of the 4 chain loops that we made between the 2 popcorns. So I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of the popcorn and slip stitch straight into the 5 chain loop. We're now going to work 2 doubles followed by a popcorn. So the first stitch again is going to be 3 chain. That counts as the first double. 1 double, that gives us the 2 doubles to start. We're now going to work a 4 double popcorn. So we need 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Ignore the first 2 stitches. We're going into the first of the 4 doubles here so that you can see we've got 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th one. Pick up that loop, pull it through, work 4 chain, and then we're going to do a second double. You can just slide it round slightly. A second, oops, taking the yarn out there. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. We're now going to work the second double popcorn, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles into the top of the first stitch, pick up the loop, pull it through, chain 1 to fasten off, and then we're going to do 2 doubles into this same 5 chain loop. So we've got 1 and 2. We're now going to skip to this We're now going to skip the popcorn and the 2 doubles and the popcorn. We're going to go straight into the next 5 chain loop. We're going to work 2 doubles, we're then going to work exactly as we did on this previous one. We're going to work a 4 double popcorn, 4 chain, 4 double popcorn and 2 doubles at the end. So we've done the 2 doubles, we're now going to do the popcorn. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Ignore the first 2 stitches, we're going into the first of the 4 doubles that we've made for the popcorn. Pick up the loop, pull it through, work 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now going to do the second popcorn, so we'll just slide that one along slightly. Work the second popcorn. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take out the hook, pick up the loop, work a chain to fasten off the popcorn, then we're going to work 2 more doubles into that 5 chain loop. Skip the popcorn, skip the 2 doubles, skip the popcorn. We're going over into this next 5 chain loop. We're going to work 2 doubles, and then again we're going to work the popcorn, 4 chain, popcorn, and then we're going to work 2 doubles, not forgetting to work a chain on the second popcorn to fasten off. So we're going to do that again all the way around. I'll show you just once more and then I'll meet you at the end. So we've done the 2 doubles, we're now going to work a popcorn. So we've got to work 4 doubles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into the first of those 4, we're going to insert the hook and pull the loop through, chain 4, work a second popcorn into that same 5 chain loop. finish off the popcorn with a chain 1, and then we're going to work the 2 doubles into that same 5 chain loop. So carry on all the way around, working the 2 doubles, a popcorn, 4 chain, a popcorn finished with a chain 1, 2 doubles, and then skip the 2 doubles, skip the 2 popcorns and the 2 doubles in between, go straight into the next 5 chain loop, and I'll meet when we get round to the other side. So I've now reached the end of this row. We're now going to join again, skipping the popcorn, the 2 doubles and the popcorn. We're going to join into the 3rd chain of that starting stitch with a slip stitch. We're now going to slip stitch into the next stitch. We're going to work 3 chain, which is the first stitch. We're going to work 1 stitch into the top of the popcorn. You can see the stitch just there. We're now going to work 1 double into the 5 chain space. Work a popcorn, so we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Go back 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we've only got 1 double in the chain space there before the popcorn. Chain 4. I'm going to do a second popcorn, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fasten off with a chain, and we're going to do just 1 double into that 5 chain space. We're now going to work, you might have to just slide the stitches along a little bit. We're going to work a double into the top of this popcorn. We're going to work 1 double into the stitch after the popcorn. So we've got 3 stitches, 3 doubles at this side of the popcorn, 1 popcorn, 4 chain, 1 popcorn, and again we've got 3 stitches, where on the previous row we had just the 2. On the first row we had just the 1. So each row you'll have an extra stitch, and this is where the peaks of the star will form. We're now going to skip the last double and the first double of the next group. So we're going to work a double into each of the next 2 stitches. The first one is into a double, the second one is into the popcorn, the third one is going to be into that 5 chain space. So we've got 3 doubles coming up the side of the peak. We're now going to work the popcorn group, which is 1 popcorn, 4 chain, 1 popcorn, 1 popcorn, 4 chains, then a popcorn with a 1 chain to fasten off. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you count back 4 stitches, that's the stitch that you need to pull the loop through. Chain 4 and another popcorn into that same loop. And again, pop the hook in, pull the chain through and fasten off with 1 chain. We're always going to have 1 double into that same 5 loop, the 5 chain loop, and then 1 stitch goes into the popcorn, and and the next stitch will go into the first stitch coming down. As we do each row, on the next row we'll have 2 stitches. The row after that there will be 3 stitches, and so on, because we're increasing by 1 double each time we do a round. We always skip the last double here and the first double of the next peak. So we'll skip these 2, go into the next one, work a double and a double into the popcorn. The third double is into the 5 chain loop here. We then do the popcorn group again. I'll just do that quickly. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pull through to the popcorn, work 4 chain, and then do the second popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull the loop through to fasten off the popcorn, chain 1, and don't forget we do the last double into that same 5 chain loop. We're going to work a double, just slide your popcorns across. We're going to work a double into the popcorn and then a double into that first double from the previous row. Skip the bottom 2, the last one of this side, the first one of the next side, and again we're working 1 into the popcorn, 1 into the 5 chain loop, and then we work the popcorn block again. So if you want to carry on and do that all the way around, I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. I'll come round to the last block of this round. So again we're going to skip the last double and the first double, work a double into the double, a double into the popcorn, a double into the chain 4 space. Going to work 2 popcorns, 1, 2, 3, 4, remembering to work the 4 chain in between, and fasten off the popcorn, work 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, work the second popcorn, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the final double into the 5 chain space, a double into the popcorn, a double into the next stitch, and then we're back at the start of the row where we're going to join with a slip stitch into the 3 chain of that starting stitch. Again, each row now is exactly the same, but we're going to add an extra double into each side of the peaks to form the increase. We're always going to slip stitch into the first stitch because this chain is going to be the skipped stitch with the previous double. So we're going to do 3 chain to start. We've now got a double and the popcorn, so we're working 3 stitches up this side. 1, 2 and 3. The last double goes into the chain space. You'll work the double popcorns group here, so we're into this chain space. You would do a popcorn, 4 chain, a popcorn, and then a double. To come back down the side, the first double is going to be into the popcorn, which is here, and then the 2 more down the side, so that each time we've got 4 stitches going up. On the next row you would skip into this stitch, you will have 5 stitches going up, and so on each row that you do, you're increasing 2 stitches. I'll show you on this particular one that here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. On the next one we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, and so on as we go up. Each row, as you can see, has got an extra stitch on the side, but the popcorn group stays exactly the same, that we've got 1 double, a popcorn, 4 chain, a popcorn and a double. You do the first double coming back down into the popcorn, and then 1 double in each, skipping the last stitch at the bottom, skipping the first stitch, coming back up. So you just carry on working each row until your blanket's the size that you want it to be. You could just finish off the final row with the rows that we've been doing, but on mine I decided that instead of doing the 2 popcorns with the 4 chain in between, I actually worked 3 popcorns with just 1 chain in between into that last 4 chain loop of each peak. I just think it gives a nicer finish to the blanket. So that's the bobble star blanket, the 8-point star blanket. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.